Hello everybody, my name is Kyle Lee and welcome to Comic Confab, and today we have another indie comic review. And today I got something that also has to deal with school again. So on Monday I uploaded a video that I did an indie comic review on something that also took place in school. It's called Safe Haven. Well, I got another book for you guys and it's called Teen Horror. Yeah, look at that. You don't see that in school every day. Now this is another one of those books that I picked up at Stan Lee's Comic Con out in LA. Got a couple of those and I'm going to be doing all the books that I got from out there. And this is one of the ones that I just, I don't know how I came across this one. Honestly, I don't even remember how I came across this one. But I'm happy that I did. Now let me tell you a little bit about what's going on in here. So we open up to a teacher sneaking a little bit of, in her coffee, and she's about to go home, right? And on the way out, she's heading over to her car, and all of a sudden she hears this loud yell, yeah, something like that. And obviously she's a teacher and it was a kid's voice, so she goes over to check it out. Hey, little buddy, what's going on with you? So obviously she knows the kid because she's a teacher or whatever, and then she's like, oh my god, you fell, you hit your head, you were riding your bike, I don't know why the hell you're riding your bike this late at night. I mean, she doesn't say that, but why? So then she's like, oh, you must have a concussion because you fell and hit your head, which is not a legitimate thing to do. You don't just automatically assume somebody has a concussion. So she's like driving with this kid, right? And then he has this really blank stare on his face at one point in the car after he stops crying. And then he gets this really mean, nasty grin on his face where he's like, that evil, that evil smile, like, when the evil guy or the bad guy in the movie is like smiling and, he shouldn't be smiling, but he's a bad guy, so he's smiling. She looks over at him and she's like, what the hell is wrong with you? This little boy starts touching her hand while she's driving, which is never a safe thing to do. Don't do this at home or in the car, kids. And now he really got that evil, smirk on his face, and he's about to do something really bad. And you guessed it, yep, the car ends up spinning out of control and flipping over. So we cut over to Grace, the main character, which she's a young girl. She looks like she's probably in high school or middle school. I mean, she's wearing a school uniform or whatever, and she's looking at her video online. Turns out she's over here trying to get rich on MeTube by posting viral videos. And the most jacked up part about it is that she posts a video of her teacher getting hit with a ball in the nuts, and he ended up pissing his pants. I don't know why the hell he pissed his pants. I mean, when I get hit in the nuts, I don't piss my pants. You're gonna end up having a girl think that whenever a guy gets hit in the nuts, he's gonna piss his pants. Anyway, she has about 17 million views on it, and that's this morning, and it's only going up. Anyway, she's getting ready for school. She's heading off. She hangs out with her homeboy Wyatt, and dude's putting on his beanie, and he gets bird shit on it. At this point, he's like, I bet this never happens to white people. Yeah, because white people don't get bird shit on them, apparently. I don't know. Anyway, we're heading off to school. You got Wyatt, you have Grace's little sister. They're all heading into school. And, Wyatt ends up being a hustler. Dude's slanging candy. He calls it, he's slanging diabetes. Diabetes. He's slanging diabetes. And he's just selling candy to kids. He's going around making all this money by selling candy to all these kids, getting them all hyped up on sugar. We get a little cutaway to the crime scene where the car had flipped over, where that crazy ass kid ended up doing something really bad to that teacher. And then we have this guy that's yelling on the phone. In my head, he kind of sounds like Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah. Anyway, we see that there's something wrong with the body. I mean, they don't really show it that well, but the car's flipped upside down and it looks like she's all webbed up or something weird. We don't really get a good look at her in this book, but maybe in the second book, I'm not sure. Anyway, cut back to school. Wyatt's out there slinging them diabetes, son. He's going around selling all this candy to the kids, and then as he's doing that, one of these weird-ass teachers, these weird motherfucking teachers, she looks at Grace and she looks at her body. And she's like, I remember when mine could stand attention like that. And she's looking at her milk makers, man. At her milk makers. Like, a teacher ain't supposed to look at a student like that. And even if a teacher does look at a student like that, because, I mean, let's face it, we're all human. You do stuff that you're not supposed to do, whatever. You don't talk about it. You don't tell this to a little kid, you nasty little nasty. Anyway, Grace is recording all the things that Wyatt's doing, selling all this candy to these kids, and she's just trying to get another idea for a video. She wants to go viral. She's trying to make all this Me Too money and get paid, son. So she's recording everything in school, and she's trying to convince Wyatt, hey, you know what? Why don't we just get this Me Too account going, make all these viral videos, and let's just get rich that way. Enter teacher named Miss Star. Now, we get a little flashback that Miss Star, she had no respect from the students. Kids were going crazy in her classroom, and she ultimately ended up having a breakdown. So they're a little bit surprised to see her nonetheless, but they play off cool and try to act like she didn't have a nervous breakdown. Anyway, we find out that this little troublemaking little shit that hit his head the other day, or yesterday, or last night, or whenever it was, that caused the car accident is in Miss Star's class. It's not a good thing. So the kids go out to lunch, they're looking around, they're doing their usual talk, talking about other people, different races, all this other stuff, all the stuff that you did in high school when you talk about all these other people that are different from you, right? And we get a little glimpse of Grace's new crush, but then lunch is over and we have to head back to class. We end up in this class with some type of priest or bishop walking into the classroom. Dude's name is Father Edwards, and dude just starts quoting stuff from the Bible. Now, I read whatever it said, but I didn't really see what it was talking about. Usually there's some symbolism in those Bible verses that they put into movies, into books, and things like that. I didn't really see the symbolism. I didn't understand it right here, right now, but who knows? Anyway, fast forward, we end up in the hallway showing the janitor that's always mopping the same damn spot, because he's kind of, he ain't all there. And he starts hearing noises. There's these weird noises. He thinks that there's a kid messing with him, so he starts following the noises. Next thing you know, this crazy ass janitor's falling out of a damn window, hits the floor all kinds of hard. Kersplat, you know what I'm saying? Kersplat, you know what I'm saying? And now we have another demonic ass kid standing over his dead body. Like, what the hell? Anyway, that's pretty much the first book, and I thought it was pretty good. Now, there's a lot of comedy in this book. It seems like it's a comedic horror. Comedic horror? Comedic horror. Comedic horror. I think one of the things that I like most about this book that I just found so hilarious is that they're talking like you're back in school. Like the narration of the entire book is like you're back in school. You're talking shit about other people, other races, whatever. You're not necessarily, it's not like racist, but you're still talking shit, whatever it is. And then you're talking shit about yourself, whatever race you are. So I mean, that's how it was for me in high school. I talk shit about other people's race, I talk shit about my own race, I talk shit about everybody, just keep it equal. Anyway, that's what pretty much got me really hooked on this book. Now, this was really funny to me because, I don't really see that in books. It's usually a narration about something, and if it's comedy, it's not usually this kind of comedy, so I really enjoyed it. Also, you just see some shit that's just not normally happening in a comic book where, a little kid just turns demonic and ends up messing with your hand while you're driving. That's just, you don't see that every day. But anyway, I like all the references to the real world stuff. Like, this is like something that could like almost really happen with aside from the demonic shit that's happening. It's like something that could really happen, and that's kind of what really drew me into this comic book. So I would definitely recommend this book for anybody that has a similar humor to me. If you're the type of person that goes and watches like comedy stand-up shows and they're cracking like those racist jokes or whatever, then you're probably gonna like this book. Also, I think this is kind of like when I read that one book, Shake the Lake, where it was, like a slice of life type genre. I think this might be a little bit closer to a slice of life that I can kind of relate to, and that's probably why I really like this book so much. So definitely go out and get it. There's beautiful art up in here. You make sure that you get your beautiful art, and you just have a good old time. That's all I can really say. Go out and get it. Have a good time. Worth your money. Yeah. I mean, I haven't read it yet, but according to almost everybody else, Civil War II is just god awful. And you're spending $5 on those books, you might as well get this one too. Anyway, that's my indie comic book review, guys. If you guys have read the book before and you have some thoughts on it, please let me know. Share them in the comments, tweet me on Twitter. I'd really like to find out what you guys think about it. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down you didn't like the video, but you better tell me why you didn't like the video, because I'm trying to get better, man. I'm trying to get better. So yeah, thank you for joining me here today on Comic Confab. I will see you tomorrow, and as always, happy viewing and happy reading.